Hi guys, it's Jen. Meet one of my favorite trees. I just took a walk from down yonder. Here's an open field where sometimes I come out here to meditate, collect stones. There's lots of good stones in the gravel road. I go hiking, prayer, and enjoy the nature. Where I live over that way, there's trees all around, so I don't get a lot of open sky view. So here I like to come out and see what I can see. Anyways, meet my friend, the one lone apple tree that remains here. This field used to be full of them, and this is the only guy left. Pretty old. Really nice though, still got a lot of new growth. And we are blossoming. Ooh. And maybe it was 2 years ago or so, when I lived here before, the little apples on this tree only grow like that big, and they're sour, like tart. Good though, I ate them. So I'm collecting more stones, about to do a meditation out here. It's been really crappy all week, maybe even going on 2 weeks, like gray skies and rain and full cloud cover, stuff like that. But today the sun's out. Oh, and the other day the sun was out for about an hour. Let's see. I hope I don't get ticks on me, but I feel like exploring a little bit, so I'm gonna go this way. See what we can find. Yep, I'd happily put a little tent right here, as long as I had a electric box to hook up to and running water, I guess. I wouldn't mind really. It's just, you get used to the conveniences in modern day living, and when you have to go without them, some people, it really bothers them. They have a hard time adjusting to life without luxuries. Some people adapt, make the best of it. And I'm one of those people. How many other people out there in the world can you say that have lived in a tent, slept in a porta potty, park benches, shelters, friends' couches, a vehicle? I can't believe, sometimes I rewind and I go back over these last 2 years. Even though for a year of that time I had my own house, it was toxic and should be condemned. I hope it is now, anyways. Hope no one's living there now. And it's just been such a journey that it's like, that's why the last few months I haven't really been MIA. I mean, I still do videos and update and everything, and try to be active on the channels that I subscribe to as well. But this looks like a nice guy to cop a squat. Oh yes, beautiful. But it's really been... Well, I figured out what was making me angry about it was because I just wanted things for so long in my 3D world of my reality to calm down so that I could focus. Oh, there's a tick. That's time for me to go. I hate parasites. I wanted to focus on developing my spirituality and finding my path, my purpose, figuring out what my mission is here. Like, why am I here? What am I here for? And then this back and forth and barely surviving has like been all I could do to just maintain sanity. And let me just check myself. Check yourself before you really wreck yourself. Right? That's what Ice Cube said anyways. Okay. I think I'm good. Anyways, so like, I've been envious of others out there who have the means or wherewithal or the teams or support groups, mentors, yogis even things like a home and a vehicle, and I'm like, what is it, God? Do I not deserve these things too? Or am I that horrible? Like, yeah, me and God had it out a couple times. Not in a disrespectful, like I wasn't an asshole or anything, but basically like, not that I even have the right to do this, but I did kind of give God an ultimatum, which either way, it's like no harm, no foul to God, but to me it'd be like, okay. But I said, if you don't have something for me or a purpose, let me go. Like, just end my life, take my life. I literally said this out loud. I just found this cool guy. Looks like it has an arrow on it. So, I guess maybe a lot of it has to do with the Capricorn in me, wanting to always be productive and working and diligent and determined and all that, to where even if I, let's say, take a nap during the day when it's sunlight out, if I feel like I'm missing hours of the day, I feel like I'm wasting time. And that's a big Capricorn thing too, is time and waste and wasting time. So, I've had to work on that aspect of, Rome wasn't built in a day, or was it? Just kidding. I just feel like I'm not productive. I'm not accomplishing anything. I'm not doing anything beneficial or positive except taking up space, wasting space, which I know I'm not, but these are thoughts that go through my mind. Anybody else out there have any thoughts like that? I'd love to hear from you. I feel very alone sometimes when it comes to the way my mind works. And it's not just the child genius part of it either, which wasn't until my 40s that I finally got over that label / stereotype / stigma that accompanied me my whole life. But imagine that plus being a Capricorn. And if there's any other Capricorns out there listening to this, you know what I mean. Your mind just constantly goes, and it's constantly exploring, seeking, asking, calculating, analyzing. And it's very hard to live in the now moment. Because for me anyways, and I'm just speaking for myself, if there's anyone out there similar, I'd love to hear from you. But for me, it's like I'm either revisiting memories of the past, I'm obsessively trying to figure out the future, my future, the future. And it's very hard to stay in this now moment. When I am in the now moment, it's very hard for me to maintain that and to just sit there. Or one of the things, like, I can't stand when people say, I get it and I agree with it, but I can't stand hearing it anymore. It's like, be still and go within. I'm like, yeah, okay, I could do that for all about 3.3 seconds, and then my mind's like, brrr, on to the next thing, and the next, and the next, and the next. Oh, we got a hole here. So, I guess this turned out to be a little bit of a ramble. However, I haven't really had much time to catch up with you guys at all lately. So it's good. Luckily, the house where I'm staying with my friend, it's difficult there for me to do videos because there are 2 other people that rent upstairs. There's my friend, me downstairs, plus all the animals, and then my friend rents out the property next to him for these people that do like scrapping and all kinds of stuff like that. So there are always chainsaws and, you know, cutting wood and all that stuff. So I have to come out this way. Oh no! Somebody got a squirrely. And depending on the weather, it's like, you know, sometimes I could do videos, sometimes not. But honestly, guys, like the last month or so, I would say, about a month since I've been here, I've been just guided not to really do many in-depth videos, except ones I felt strongly. Like when I read that prayer in my devotion that morning, I really felt heavily like I should share that, so I did. That didn't work out too well. But other than that, I've just been kind of getting the message to, you know, go within, go within, go within. A baby. Look at all the dandelions. Now, why this is cut, but not this, I do not understand. But okay. I think that's ancient burial ground under there. This area in the Poconos here in Pennsylvania is heavily Native American. Well, I mean, where isn't in the United States, but here we've got a lot of Native American roots. My son's part Native American, by the way. His dad's Mohican, so they are from the Menominee tribe, which borders Illinois and Wisconsin. And they go to the res and everything, and my son's been to a powwow. He said it was really awesome. I would love to go to one. You know who I would love to see? The Native American rap artist, Superman. Oh, I think he's so gifted. Just making beats and all that. Here comes a car, so in case somebody stops and talks to me, I'm going to stop the video and I'll restart it again soon. Nope, they didn't stop. I don't know them. So, and it's been like non-stop adventure since I've been back. As soon as I got back, my kids were already planning to go to Florida for a couple weeks. So I was cat sitting and hamster sitting for my sons. And then when they got back, I had a sleepover with them. We played video games. My middle son just got the brand new Resident Evil, and I'm super jealous about that. Resident Evil is my favorite video game of all time. And my son has one of those Oculus VR things he got for Christmas last year. I don't know, man. I don't even know if I, like, being a diehard Resident Evil super freak fan, could even play that game in VR mode, like zombies, right? Like, well, then again, could be good training for this here zombie apocalypse. Joking, not joking. Yes, I am. I don't really know what else to talk about, except that I'm going to head back this way, and we can see what we can find. Oh, and another cool thing I just found out today. I was just online researching one of the many things I actually love to do. And I went all these page, website. Oh, I see a blue jay. Oh, he flew away. Talking about guardian angels. And it said, were you born on this date, this date, this date? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I thought, hang on, I never looked for my specific birth date to see which angel governs which specific day, which that's what angels do. Govern directions, gates, windows, doorways, realms, things like that. So I found mine for December 26th, and I was like, oh, cool. And let me just get my thing out. Sorry, I'm trying to do like 15 things at one time here. Okay. Let me see. I'm just going to try to get this. And my guardian angel's name is Mebahaya. And she is angel 55, number 55. I guess they're angels of the name of God. There's 72 names, so she would be number 55 of 72. That's how I interpreted it anyways. And she governs intellectual lucidity. I was like, no way. Also balancing emotions, which I've had a lot to learn in that area in my life of suffering. And also mystical, spiritual, and occult studies. And that's like my thing. That's what I'm most want to do. Oh, I would love to get that feather, but it's a turkey vulture feather, and they have ticks and lice. So I'm not going to, but it's gorgeous. And there's another one. And there's a yucky one. Yeah, they perch up here in these treetops. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was looking for this so I could tell you guys. And I found a prayer also, which I don't have internet out here, so I'll have to get to that at a different time. But now, when I mentioned the 55th, that is Kabbalah angel. Now, I don't study Kabbalah yet. I do delve into things in the occult because I have to in order to know all that I need to know about certain subjects. And when you're working with or studying spirituality, the occult, mysticism, even angels, angelology, you have to, if you are wise, And this is why I do study the opposite as well. So the archdemon that governs the same Yaud area on the Tree of Life where my guardian angel is governed by Archangel Michael, and then the archdemon is Samael. And for both of them, all my life, or all my adult life, I should say, I've had a pretty close feeling connection to both of them. And I'm not one of those people that, I don't know how to say it. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. No. Like, say you're in a classroom and one kid misbehaves and the entire class gets punished. I don't believe in that. I think individual things for each individual. So when it comes to angels and demons, I don't differentiate and be like, oh, angels are good and demons are evil, and that's just the end of it. Now, that being said, they all have a role to play. However, I'd like to understand and interpret from both perspectives, not from a judgmental point of view or a biased point of view. I don't believe in that because I don't think you can get to the heart of a matter or its full truth by not exploring every possible avenue. So with that being said, I do think, just my personal opinion, although according to my chart, my lineage, my ancestry readings, my lineage comes from Michael. I do this with people in the world too. I may not agree with what someone does. Like, let's say there's a murderer, a rapist, a child molester, or something. Things that I really disagree with and I really hate. But something happens, I don't point a damning, judgmental finger at that person. I want to know why they did what they did. What led them to that? Why do they believe that's okay or acceptable? Figure out a person's motives and actions, not just stamp a label on them. So with that being said, there's a lot of, I guess you could call them demonic entities, jinn, genies, anti-angels. And some have gotten a bad rap, and some have been written down throughout history incorrectly, or from a judgmental point of view. Whoever was doing the writing. Now, in life, regular 3D reality life here, with people, other human beings, I'm the same way. I treat everybody the same. I don't judge people. I also don't just listen to the words coming out of someone's mouth. I read into gestures, body language, movements, implications when someone's speaking and it is implying something rather than straight out getting to the factual point of something. Then I start to question, why are you skirting around it and not, hitting the nail on the head? But I've learned a great deal of empathy in this lifetime. And empathy is having the ability to see from someone else's perspective or point of view without any personal input or opinion or judgment or feeling or advice or experience, simply strictly from the other person's point of view. And being able to understand. Not agree all the time, but understand. Or at least understand why certain things. And then be surprised. But when people do things to hurt you or wrong you or hurt or wrong others in the world, and you feel that anger, 9 times out of 10, when you get down to the bottom of a person, and let's say there was childhood abuse or trauma, or the same cycles repeat themselves over and over in that person's life, their grandparents, their parents, then them, then their children, da 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 da. You also develop with empathy a great deal of compassion. Now, for someone like me, let's say I'm standing face to face with someone I really do not like as a person. I can think of a few. They're famous names, so I'm not gonna bring any drama to my YouTube channel by saying them. I'll just say one party in particular worked very closely with the Clinton administration and with Hillary Clinton. This person, whom I do not like, who was connected with the Clintons, also was connected to someone I hold very dear in my heart, who was the same age as me, no longer living. Now, Jen, without any boundaries, would stand in front of that person, whom I do not like, and I'd probably punch him in his fucking face. And hopefully lay him out. Jen, who is educated with morals and ethics, would try to find out why. Get an admission of guilt. And then, from there on, responsibility and accountability should be just normal, especially when they possibly had something to do with the death of someone. So, that's a daily battle for me every day, is like, how am I going to be with people when 99% of people in this world treat me not anywhere near the way I treat them? Let's just put it that way. And this has been all my life. It's like, which Jen's going to face the world today? I am a Capricorn hybrid after all. So, are we getting the horned goat with the hooves, or are we getting the sea serpent with the tail? Well, one can poke and prod you, and one can slap the crap out of you. Or do you just rise above? Yes, always have, always will. Good advice from Mr. Bob Marley, the poet and prophet himself. Rise above. If someone's treating you like garbage, treat them good. Or, like Jesus said, bless those who curse you. Why do you want to do that? A lot of people have a problem with that. I did when I first learned that. I'm like, why do I want to bless people that curse me if they're horrible people? Do I want them having good things? Yes. Why? Because energy is transmitted and received, reciprocated. So anything good goes out, good's coming back. Anything bad goes out, bad's coming back. The more good, even if it's done to the people that don't deserve it, that's still the good outbalancing, outweighing the bad. So win-win. And eventually, those who do wrong, murderers, thieves, liars, cheaters, rapists, molesters, those kind, the real crimes against humanity. They'll have their judgment time. That's not for me to do. That's God. And there you go with Tupac. Only God can judge me. Yes, only God can judge anybody. So, I don't know how I just got on that tangent, but I guess it's a good thing that I come out and talk every once in a while, because then I can express myself. And that's one thing I never get to do. A lot of my adolescent and young adult behaviors and actions, which were negative, stemmed from an inability to be able to express myself freely without fear of some sort of penalty or punishment or something, consequence. So that's about it. Now, Paul, who I'm staying with, he just ordered 2 brand new telescopes. There's my Hossie. This is my pup. Oh, he wants to walk with me. I got him. Come on. Come on. Who's getting a cookie later? Who's getting a cookie? Anyways, so he got 2 telescopes and we're taking them out tonight. One is an astronomical telescope. I almost filmed you pee-peeing, Hoss. Look at my handsome boy. Who wants a cookie? Who wants a cookie? Who wants a cookie? Oh, I get kisses. See, people usually don't like puppy kisses. I do. Give me my puppy kisses. Anyways, so I'm going to upload this one. And then when that gets done, I'm going to come back out and talk a little more. It feels good, even if nobody watches this. But for those of you who did, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Love you guys. I'll see you in a little bit.